Microphone check 1 2. Oh yes, we're good. Levels are high and mighty. Give the microphone check, brother.
Hallelujah, praise the Lord. He is worthy on today.
He is worthy on today. Well, switch it up a little bit, as you guys have probably seen by now. Compton's Kitchen, the podcast version. My brother Amari and I just enjoyed some delicious collard greens with turkey, smoked turkey, and
yes.
some
I got today.
And some braised chicken wings, man. So how was that?
It was absolutely wonderful.
Enjoy it.
Actually, I was gonna ask what you did to the chicken, but it doesn't really matter because I don't know if I could do it. Like,
hey man, it's fine. You use the seasonings that you want, and the chicken itself is whatever seasonings that you want, and then add a little bit of baking soda for the crisp skin. We're gonna work on that.
Okay.
$2.50 for 20 minutes, $4.25 for 40 minutes.
Wait, you do the 20 minutes then the 40 minutes?
Mm-hmm. 20 minutes at the lower temperature, and then $4.25 for 40.
I thought it was like an option. See, that's why you got to ask the question.
And that's why we learn things, man. So
yeah.
Very well. But yeah, man, we're just here, to eat some good food, talk about life. Salute to the viewership out there. Got to make sure the plug is right there. Big salute to Success Vodka. It's tasty.
Hey.
We're not drinking any today. Amari is doing the whole 30.
Yeah.
I'm just not drinking today. Maybe I should clarify and say as of this moment, but that's fine. That's good. No, I asked you this earlier, man. Well, I asked you how it was going, but tell the people a little bit about how the whole 30 is going for you, and maybe I guess what I didn't ask was how you decided to actually get into doing the whole 30 this time around.
Yeah. So I have a group of friends that we're all like pretty health conscious and try to eat well and exercise and all that stuff, and so there's like a Facebook group with a bunch of people, and we share recipes and talk about like our daily struggles of trying to be healthy. So there are like a couple times that we've done Whole 30 together. So we did it in September, I think, and then they did like another little diet bet thing where like you put money in the pot and whoever loses the most wins or something like that.
How they get the pot of money, huh?
So they did that in November, but I was like, Thanksgiving. Like, it just, no thanks.
Can't pass that up. I get you.
Yeah.
I would have felt that easily.
Yeah, I just didn't even want to set myself up to fail. So
that's a smart idea. That's good.
Then they decided to do it again in January, and I kind of need to get my life together, especially after Christmas and Thanksgiving, because
the pies, the desserts.
Yeah, and I just have a thing with sweets. Like, I'll eat cookies, ice cream, all kind of shit every day, like multiple times a day. I know it's not healthy, so y'all don't have to tell me. But I just need to get my little life together.
It's what you want. Okay. What's your favorite dessert?
Whew. I really love ice cream. Like
ice cream.
Brahms French vanilla ice cream, or Bluebell's homemade or home style ice cream, or cookies and cream. Like, I could just 2-3 times a day have a bowl.
That's funny, man. I wouldn't have expected that as your answer. One, because I've seen what you do in the kitchen with desserts, but two, most black people being lactose. It's awesome. I'm not. I like ice cream.
Oh, I am.
Oh, but you are.
But like,
plot twist.
Yeah. Okay. It's worth it.
It's worth all the pain.
It's worth it.
Wow.
And actually, like, lately I haven't really had a lot of pain or gas or anything, and so I just am praising God for my deliverance.
Because it worked out.
Yeah.
All right. Very well. Well, there's a nice intro around food, man. So it's top of the year, January 6th, time where everybody's doing resolutions and things. So yeah, for sure, hit us up. Let us know what you guys are doing. I do care a little bit, not about all of you, but
just a little bit.
Some of you. Any new endeavors for you, man?
New endeavors. I just moved back like mid-October. And so I said when I moved back that I really wanted to do like more musical things. Yes. And kind of cut out the stuff that I don't really care about that much. And so I've been doing a lot of that. Playing at church. I'm about to start playing in the community orchestra starting to teach some violin and piano lessons. Working on putting together a program for the youth. So once that's kind of further along, I'll be able to share.
Very nice. Very nice. Stay tuned for that. That's dope, man. Like we were just talking about it in the living room, and I think it's important that, you know, anytime we talk about things we want to do, so often we don't actually do it. You know, we get frustrated with the work that goes into it, and then we kind of just stop working, and that never works out for anybody because, you know, no one is ever, you know, you got to get your work done. You can't just talk about it and hope that it comes into fruition, and I think that's a lot of our problem. But good, man. Always a blessing to know that you ain't doing that. Hold on 1 second. Stop that. Stop. Ah. Okay. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. It's already set on there. Just making sure it's picking up the correct stuff. All right. Sorry. It's hard being your own producer and your record label owner and technology person. I've had like 17 things happen with this. But anyway, let's hop into the news. Crazy week. New year being 2018. Nothing has really changed, specifically with the Trump administration.
Yeah. New Year, same shit.
Yes, Mr. Wolf has a new book out called Fire and Fury. To give a little background of what the book is, both to partner here, Mari, and the listening audience, the book is written by Stephen Wolf, and he was a reporter who initially called the White House after Trump won, and he's like, hey, can I like come and write a book? And Donald Trump told him like, oh, I'm going to hire this other author that writes tons of hate pieces on Hillary Clinton. And I mean, it's literally how the conversation went. And somehow he got the president to just say, okay. And so even though he didn't tell him he could do it, him getting the approval allowed him to get his access to the White House. And he went and he sat on a couch in the West Wing for a few months. And he wrote this book, much of which is very incriminating. Steve Bannon. Yeah, Steve Bannon talked a lot about, you know, what he felt, and he was very popular for calling Trump Jr.'s meeting with the Russians treasonous because they were there to get dirt on Hillary Clinton. Thought that was very, very, very interesting, of course. Amari, what say you, man? Like, the administration is getting attacked from all possible angles. It's crazy.
First of all, I think I should say that although we're coming up on what, like, year one, I'm still baffled that like y'all idiots voted this man into office. Like I really cannot believe that you're fired.
You remember the
president.
The lesser of two evil conversation? Remember?
Yeah.
How's that working out now?
I don't see, but that's for the people that don't have praying grandmothers. Because there's no way that you thought that was the lesser of two evils.
That's true.
But, yeah, I'm just, you know, here to watch. So what they say, not my circus, not my clowns.
Not my circus, not my clowns.
So I'm just ready for...
None of my business.
Yeah, I'm just sitting back and watching the ship go down into flames. And I'll be there to celebrate with, you know, a good old Negro drink, some Crown Apple, Hennessy, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, just straight. We don't need other shit. Just
take it straight to the face.
Straight to the head.
You gotta enjoy. Yeah, man. I think it's interesting that everything that has been like in the rumor mill, or what the White House calls the deep state, about like what was going on in the White House. Kellyanne Conway like having these moments where she's putting finger guns to her head when she's watching the president speak because she knows he's an idiot. All these things that, you know, always reported on CNN and The Observer and all these other places. And it's like, boom, now we see that it's probably, it's true. This is from somebody that was there.
Yeah.
So
fake news has turned out to be real news.
Yeah, man. It's funny how that works. Very interesting. Speaking of shit shows and storms, the East Coast, man. There was video from Boston of the coastal waters coming into the streets to flood them. The only issue with that is the water was frozen. Weather like that, I ask you a Donald Trump question, do you believe that global warming is still real?
Oh no, it's fake news.
All right.
Don't buy into that because global warming, like it's cold. So
yeah. I mean, obviously it can't be winter if fucking global warming.
It would be hot.
Duh. No, man. I mean, but seriously, all the people on the East Coast, I hope you guys continue to be safe. I've seen a lot of flights canceled. No one has died though, which is good. I mean, the Weather Service described it as this huge thing of a storm where it was it is, I don't know if it's still going on, a hurricane speed winds. I'm gonna get these words today. Hurricane speed winds with snow, and like that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's yeah.
80 mile per hour winds, bro, and snow and frozen waters. Obviously, I think like this is like a scene from The Day After Tomorrow. Like this might be it.
That's what it sounds like, and it sounds just like really scary. And
yeah.
I mean, because how you gonna go to the stove to get your little chicken noodle soup or something if it's 80 mile per hour winds with snow?
You can't. Hopefully they went before. I mean, we know how it goes here in Oklahoma. If there's reports of a centimeter of snow, we're gonna clean out all the bread, all the milk. Like we're not leaving
eggs
and the eggs, because you obviously have to make a bread cake while you're stuck in your house, because that's pretty much all you can make with those items. But yeah, shout out to my East Coast family, man. I hope you guys are staying safe.
I need to text my cousin.
And warm. That's it for the weather, I think. It's probably an earthquake in California, but fuck those guys. They deserve whatever they get.
Okay.
Hollywood, man, you know? Because, I mean, like, it's, you know, Hollywood is a crazy place. I mean, people just, it's rape everywhere and just dicks everywhere on tables. Like, it's not cool, man.
Yeah, man.
The Me Too thing has extended its ugly face and arms. Like, people are still getting fired every day.
Well, and I think the thing about it is that it's not new. Like, the people that have been, like, fired or released, most of them have had, like, a history of the bullshit, and no one has ever said, like, anything. So now people are just now getting the courage to speak up, but that's the kind of thing that's kind of messed with me, is that, like, y'all been terrible. Like,
you've been terrible people from the very start. We should have known. But no, I mean, I think you make a good point, bro. It's like with the Harvey Weinstein thing. Like, so let's talk about some things going on in the local news here. One story that can definitely relate to the national news: Oklahoma, the governor Mary Fallin has agreed to add the medical marijuana bill back to the ballot June 26th instead of the special election in November. The reason I say back, if you guys are a little unfamiliar, it was originally to be on the same ballot as the alcohol bill, and it was removed because our Attorney General somehow left out some of the important language that signified that it was medicinal and not recreational.
oh, okay.
So, of course, being a quote-unquote accident, it was not on there and had to be rewritten. There was lawsuits. Here we are. So, it will be there to vote. So I now present a two-part question for you, sir.
Sure.
One, do you think it will pass? And then if so, do you think that Mr. Jeff Sessions' new plan to roll back the Obama rules of marijuana will have an effect on the future of marijuana in Oklahoma?
To be honest, I don't think that it'll pass. Like, you're talking about a state that voted for Mary Fallin twice.
This
like,
is true.
A state that every county was red for like the past, I think, 3 presidential elections. Like, every county. You know, in some states it'll be like 1 or 2 blue counties. Like Oklahoma is red, 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 red.
Yep. Not even Alabama has everyone red, man.
Yeah, so that I don't have a whole lot of hope.
Okay.
But I think that definitely like kind of rolling back the Obama administration's stance on marijuana will definitely have an effect. Well, I don't think it'll affect Oklahoma, that's what you asked.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's going to affect us, because I don't think we're going to vote for the shit.
I mean, I think we'll get there. And the only reason I say that is because we're in the middle of this this millennial uprising of change. And again, I completely understand your point. I do accept that as being very valid. I think that if it does pass, that will be one of the only reasons. And I also think because of the problems that we've had for several years with money, this is a way to assist it. And of course, it'll be medicinal. The money will still go to Oklahoma, but I think what it opens the gates for, which will probably be a lot harder and fit the narrative of what you just discussed, is recreational use. Because every other state that has started as medicinal, they have found loopholes and found ways to have it where it can be used recreationally. And I mean, honestly, in this day and age, and the reason why Jeff Sessions is, in an uproar with his investments in private prisons and all that good stuff, it's because he doesn't want to see that happen. Like, this is a I almost said an agency. This is a administration that is more focused on marijuana, that is not an opioid, that does not cause the deaths that fentanyl and Oxycontin and all these other drugs do. Yet, it's at the top of the charts. And if you look at the demographic of users or those that are in prison, it's black. And what a fucking surprise that the black people, being, the users and, the ones in prisons for something, are what he's trying to make the laws go back to put more people in prison. And it's crazy because, I mean, we see the comparisons on the internet all the time of, these new moms that are venture capitalists for marijuana and these white men that are, business owners with marijuana sales. But it's like, damn, when black people did that, and he was went straight to prison for like cocaine charges. Like, you caught with a couple of grams of weed and you in jail for several years. And it's just, it's amazing to me, man.
White people are just so trash.
Yeah.
Like, that's where it begins and ends. And like, this system is literally built so that we will fail. And they're like, when I say this system, I mean all the shit. Like, even, well, we didn't bring this up, but I was listening to the read and they were talking about how Diddy wanted to buy the Panthers, and they were like, first of all, it's never gonna happen. But like, one of the reasons that it's not gonna happen is because the NFL owners have to vote on like a new owner
to come in.
And so like, they just went ahead and put in the stipulation to keep all of the niggas out. Like, it'll literally never happen. Especially somebody as black as Diddy, and he's talking about he gonna bring back Colin Kaepernick, and I was like,
yeah,
I mean, it was a really good, dream and idea, but it's just never gonna happen.
Yeah, he definitely. Hold on, Floyd. We almost done, man. It's alright. But no, I agree with you, man. Like, when I first heard that on the read, I took it as a little bit of hate, but then like I understood exactly what they were saying, and unfortunately, it's very true. Like, it's very true. Like, I mean, it's not gonna be as easy as Derek Jeter, going in with his team to buy the Marlins. Like Jeb Bush. Yeah, if you would. Thanks, man. Let me get that boy outside. Appreciate you, player.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, but like when Jeb Bush wanted to buy, he didn't buy it because he changed his mind or whatever. He was outbought by Derek Jeter's team, but this is a Hispanic guy, this is someone looking to buy a team in a very Hispanic area of the country, and like the MLB. Oh, they're like, okay, well, whoever wants to buy it, please take the team. And unfortunately, in North Carolina, of all states, yeah, I don't think it will happen. Diddy, if he wants to buy the team, he's gonna have to be a ghost buyer and surprise them motherfuckers. They're like, hey, surprise, I am the primary investor and I'm here to get it. I mean, it sucks that it has to be that way.
That would be like real good though.
Yeah, it would definitely play out like a movie. Get
like some little white man to go in and do all this stuff, and then
some little white man.
No,
I agree.
Oh, somebody should if Diddy, tell him this idea, because that could work.
Yeah, if anybody from Bad Boys listening, if y'all wouldn't mind just kind of sharing that with Diddy,
And I mean, you don't even have to pay me for the idea.
Yeah, I don't think they were gonna do that.
Just give me like tickets to a game and like, you know, some chicken strips and fries when I go.
Yeah, that would work. That would work out. Yeah, man. But I mean, that's the biggest thing popping here in the the local area of this whole drug deal. Literally getting there, and I thought that was interesting, man. We made a step. We currently have CBD. You know what CBD is? So it's the cannabis. Well, fuck it. It's oil that is taken from the cannabis leaf without. There's no THC in it. Or I take that back. There's like 0.3%. Yes, come on, Google. Cannabidiol. Shit. Cannabidiol. I'm just gonna.
Y'all just look it up.
I'm gonna Sesame Street this shit. Cannabidiol. Okay, that's a long word. CANNABIDIOL.
BIDIOL.
Mm-hmm. And obviously the acronym or whatever is CBD, and it's an extract of the cannabis plant. It's put into marijuana, it's put into water. It's put into tincture oil to help you sleep. But again, this goes back into that theory of why people are hopeful that it'll pass. Because I mean, there's people that have seizures that can use this. There's people that have all kind of anxiety.